you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, to live the way we please.
I just checked the Twitch stream.
Yeah, I'm
All
trying
that
to
music
work out that
was
whole.
echoing.
I'm trying to. It was echoing?
Oh, yeah.
Is it echoing now?
I don't know because the music isn't playing.
I think it was echoing because I had the sound volume on, so it was playing back.
All right then.
Eventually
Imagine
we'll perfect
that
this.
Brian has just played the title sequence properly, and we'll go from there. Hello there, welcome to the Flash and Blow podcast. I'm Siobhan. Dream. Let's meet the plucky girl assistants. We have someone who is conscious today, unlike last Sunday. It's I'm so sorry, I've forgotten. Who are you?
Well, let's see.
Lucky
One
Girl
time
assistant
I
most likely to
was.
blow up the planet.
One time I was Ella. Another time I was Natalie.
Are you
There was
seeking
a
help?
time. I think I'm going by Loretta right now.
Right. Okay. Oh, for world-class psychiatrist.
Lorraine Netta.
I have a full
Um,
list here
Valerie.
for personalities. It's okay.
Oh, that's
they all
useful.
get the script,
Please
so we're
fax
fine.
that.
Roll a dice.
Yeah.
Right. Then we have. He's there. Hello, Dr. Sinister.
A little bit of breeze.
There we go. You see? It's the Sinisterbot 5000. And making strange noises, which is only right and proper. It's Spanky,
Yep, that would be me.
who is starting to look more and more like Professor Dave from Professor
Professor
Dave's Ark
Dave.
in Space with Lilibet the Wonder Girl. And then next to him, well, sort of next to him, I don't know how it's appearing on your screens, but we have the Brian.
Hi.
Now, Brian has done something interesting this week. He's trimmed his beard. So we now turn to Retta, being a completely unbiased
Beard commentary
and
specialist,
non-judgmental person, to say who wears the beard better, Brian
Paco.
or Spanky?
Wow, that was quick. Just bam.
That,
Didn't
that
get
was
to like
almost
walk
as
down
quick
the
as
thing,
Zoe
like
picking
didn't get the
wash
beard off or
instead of
nothing. I'm
Maul.
just saying.
That
Yeah,
was
like him. Right. That was damn. No question asked. I gotcha.
Right. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to think about it?
Yes.
Let me hold on.
For
Could be
about
good. This could be
2
good.
picoseconds less. Actually,
This could be good.
You were slow in your.
I don't know. Paco's got that, tech chic thing going, but Spanky has
Right
the
in
I
the
don't
middle.
give a crap thing going. So I guess I'm gonna go with tech chic because my husband's a tech guy.
Pinky has he forgot to shave his neck today.
Thank you for putting that effort in for Spanky's sake.
We appreciate
Anyway.
that. My ego is very frail and delicate, so all
Anyway,
the love
news.
and fuzzy rubbings it can get.
What news have we got?
Did anybody die this week?
I didn't look. I was afraid to.
Oh, don't think so.
Oh, you have news. And Sinister has news.
Oh, wow. Wow. News.
End of days.
I
Yeah.
Tell us-
died this week.
Oh, not again.
Oh,
Was it another incident with a car that was running but you weren't in it?
Oh, there is.
Don't remember. I'm waiting for the upload.
Okie dokie.
That's always good.
I have
So,
news
so
too, I
what
forgot.
number are we on now?
I've lost count.
I think it's 6.
This
Well, the
time is for tax
sixth
reasons, right?
Clone. That would make you number 7 if you're the 6th clone. So you must be the 5th clone, but you're actually the 6th Doctor Sinister, including the original Doctor Sinister.
Shouldn't you be wearing
Well-
a broccoli?
don't forget there was the War Sinister as well.
Oh,
Yep.
he was such a sweetheart. He loved everyone. It was
Shouldn't you be
brilliant.
wearing like a broccoli now since you're the
Celery, love, celery.
celery?
Celery, no.
I don't. No, broccoli for Sinister. Celery for the Doctor.
I don't like either, so I don't really care.
Hmm.
To be blunt. Ugh, horrible
Retta,
stuff.
you had news.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Very important news.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Johnny Depp's lawyers kicked Amber Heard's ass. Yeah.
And that's all we're saying about it on this show, because really I don't give a shit, and I think they should both be fucking ashamed of themselves. There we go.
Hey, he's been
None
giving
of our
me
business.
entertainment.
It's none
We have
of
one more
our
piece of news.
business.
One more piece of news. All right, the Flashing Blade has to publish a retraction apology, whatever you call it. It was
To who?
stated here by our resident Twinkie specialist that Twinkies no longer mate for life. I correct myself because you can get them once again in the mated for life Twinkie package. What we have here, it must be stated now, is a prepubescent Twinkie that has not been bred yet and thus is not mated for life. And you really shouldn't sell them when they're this young, but they do. Just saying.
Well, that's how they
Make sure you buy
get the
these. That's
preservatives
a mature
in them.
Twinkie. The mature, fully grown Twinkie, exactly. Oh, and see, look, right. You have to get the.
Welcome to the
can
American Twinkie.
That's
Once
right.
Twinkies mate, if you've got two Twinkies that have mated, does that mean they're both full of cream?
Yes,
Yes,
they have extra cream, actually, right?
they mate and produce zingers.
Uh huh. Mm,
Anyway, I have actually tweeted the Hostess Corporation.
I saw that.
Hello, the Hostess Corporation. You retweeted it, indeed. Thank you. To see if we can get sponsored by Hostess. We don't want money. Give us the cakes. All right. That's all we're after. Twinkies
Product
of some
placement.
description.
What?
Or
What did they
cupcakes.
say?
There's been no reply from them yet, and frankly, I don't blame them.
Well, no news is good news.
Well, quite so. I mean, yeah. Other news. What other news was there? There was another piece of news just now, just a second ago. Or was that the Twinkies news?
I think that was the Twinkie.
It was the Twinkie news because it was so earth-shattering. It really rocked everyone's world.
It was
could be
bigger
right.
news than Johnny Depp versus Amber.
Yeah,
much
there,
bigger
we're
than
not.
that we
I
heard.
really don't want to soil our show with that. I'm sorry. I
So
don't.
important.
Like
We
like
sold
she
the show
soiled
with
the
so
bed.
much else. I mean,
I'm sorry. It's just no.
Hashtag Amber. I'm not gonna say it.
And that's enough. Thank you. Seriously, end of subject.
Yes.
All right.
According to this,
Mommy
Ray
Spank.
Liotta died about
yeah.
a week ago.
Ray Liotta.
Ray
we
Liotta
mentioned
died.
that.
Yeah, we
Ray Liotta
covered
died
that
week.
last week.
Well,
Your
you're
Oh
family.
yeah, when I was sleeping.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you were
And
asleep.
was it Bo Cooper? From the Wild Bunch and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
These are all American people. We've no idea.
great
Right.
actors.
Hartnell news.
Have you had a
Be happy
Hartnell
about
off?
that. No, we're never having a Hartnell off. I say that. If you may remember, either last week or the week before, I mentioned that there was a couple of things in the works. One is on the extreme back burner and indeed may never happen, which will be a great shame. But there we go. And something else. The something else now, I've actually got to knuckle down and write the script for. I'm not a writer, so I will write the initial script and give it to somebody who knows what they're doing to polish it up. So there's that. There's also going to be a duet, but without singing. And I just came up with an advert, which I might get one of you guys, you American type people, to actually do. But there we go. And
There was a
the
lot of
other
nothing.
news. What?
There's a whole lot of not telling us anything.
I've broken the news that there's going to be a duet, and I've come up with an idea.
This is a
of
teaser right now.
thing. And
Yeah,
on
this
top
is-
of that, I've
this is
said that
news.
the thing,
This is
the
not
thing
news,
that
this
I
is a
had
teaser.
mentioned. This is an update. I'm now writing the script for it. I'm letting people know as we go along.
Yeah, but when you say news, I'm expecting like details.
Retta, next week, can you forget to set your alarm, please? Thank you. Picnic in the park. Yes, picnic in the park. June the 25th at 1 p.m. at the bottom of Goffs Park in Crawley. It's not that far from the train station. You've got to walk a little bit into the park because there's a miniature train thing that might be working. I think we're all going to be far too big to do it. But we'll go a little bit further in, and it's nice and flat at the bottom, and then it goes up a steep hill, and at the top's a really lovely pub.
Being far too big to ride a miniature train set is no excuse.
Well,
Being far too sober, however, is.
Well, everyone's welcome. Bring your own food, obviously. We might be in a position to provide a little bit of transport from the train station if necessary. Try and get in touch with us via Facebook or Twitter to see what we can do about that. All right. I'm quite looking forward to that. I might even bring my dog. I might bring Trixie. So that could be nice. I think Jo might be bringing at least one of her dogs as well. And they're beautiful dogs. Such beautiful dogs. So there we go. That's news. Sinister, how's your week been?
I've had a very busy week. Very busy week.
Do tell. Do tell.
Been on holiday. Obviously, we had 2 bank holidays, Thursday and Friday, so I took the rest of the week off. Tuesday, I was at the O2 seeing Alan Partridge. It was a good show, but given that it cost £96 for a ticket, £36 just to park my fucking car, I'm not actually sure it was worth the money. So let's move swiftly on. Wednesday, I cat-proofed the garden and turned it into Stalag Cat 17. So my cats can not escape my garden anymore.
You know they're going to, just out of
Have you
spite.
thrown Ty into the cooler?
No, he's sat on the sofa asleep at the moment, not looking at me, but he was looking at me.
Does he
He's
have
moving.
a baseball bat? Or a baseball? So he can...
No. And then Friday, I was at a wedding in Gloucester, and yesterday I edited the photos from the said wedding. Mrs. S has had a horrible cough for a week, and I had it yesterday, but I've managed to shake it off. But it is not COVID. But I am feeling a little bit under the weather.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry to hear about Liz.
Well, I'm surprised I've got away with not having COVID because I was in an inside arena with 20,000 people.
Oh, yes.
Then I was interacting with people at this wedding, one of whom has definitely tested positive subsequent. And I've just done a test and I'm negative. And I can only assume that I am immune.
Well, if you've listened to the Soft Annual 2019, you'll know that there was a slight accident with a bacteriological thing. And I think if you survive that, you're going to be immune to anything.
Yeah.
That's the track called The Wachu of Death.
I'm
sorry, I said that wrong. The Wachu of Death. Concrad's a good description.
Concrad. That's
a very good description. Yep. I had Concrad after Big Finish Day.
That sickness you get after attending a convention or large gathering.
It's because you're all indoors and
Yes.
it just fucks you up. Anyway, that's good. But was it a good week, do you think?
Yeah. I always get depressed when I do this show, not because I'm doing this show, but because it means it's the end of my weekend. It's the end of my weekend, and it's the end of my week off, and I've got to go back to work tomorrow, and I'm feeling a bit down.
So we'll try and make this a good one for you. Do you hear that?
Exactly what you mean.
We're making it a good one. And have some Twinkies.
Thanks.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on. Retta, your week, how has it been? When you were conscious?
End of month. Very, very, very busy because it was end of month. And I have a team member. I'm not going to say who they are, but supposedly they were a manager before, and I've already said too much.
Tease! What a tease! Isn't it useful that one of your hindrances in the Star Wars RPG is actually something that happens in real life? It's amazing. Hello, Jock Bois, who's watching the racing. None of us. We're doing a show. I'm not sure if we're more entertaining than the racing. I'm going to be honest with you. Racing does have a tendency to be cars just going round and round in a circle, or in a squiggly line. That's what they're officially called, squiggly lines. I'm just saying. But was that a good week?
Until Friday, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
You
Right.
guys saw me complaining about it in
A little.
Yeah.
Intipa.
just a tiny bit.
Petite.
Spanky love. How has your week been?
Spanky is muted.
Yeah.
Spanky's had a very quiet week, apparently.
Spanky is
It's
apparently
lovely.
having a much more quiet week than normal, right? It was
Wasn't that
eventful.
blissful, everyone?
I did stuff. I got stuff done. We had fun, E.T. started acting like, I don't know, slightly more normal than, he has been. So that's good. There's hope for him. I was worried about him being all ill after we had to, after his brother passed. So he's been a little more playful and stuff. So that's good. He's started eating again. It's been a couple of weeks. So, yeah.
I've been a little bit slow on the uptake.
Is there something in my teeth? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay.
No. Is that Kai or is that Faye
Where, what, how, when, where?
in
what?
chat? Have I got that right? Hopefully I've got it right. Anyway. Yes. So it's Kai or Faye. Hello, Kai or Faye. Right. Sorry, old gaming friends from Star Wars Galaxies back in the day,
Gotcha.
and we did
I
a
must
lot
have missed
more
something.
besides World of Warcraft and Christ knows everything else when we tried to get a new home after Star Wars Galaxies.
I
Right.
remember Kai.
You remember Kai?
Yeah, we used to play Old Republic.
We did. He's an absolutely lovely guy. So's his brother, to be fair. Actually, a sweeter couple you couldn't imagine, and they hate me for saying that. And then finally, the Brian, how's your week been?
Pretty good. We had the day off on Monday. Went in Tuesday, fairly okay. Went in Wednesday, should have called off. Went in Thursday, and I took Friday as a vacation.
Oh, bless you.
Now I'm terrified about what they've done while I was gone.
Welcome to the American mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was the American dream at work. I do apologize.
Went wrong when I
the
wasn't
American
there to
dream
watch
has
the
turned
shop.
into the
Yeah.
American nightmare.
Yeah.
Kai or Faye, yes, we've got to catch up, dude. One of you. We really do, because, well, a lot's happened, and I'm sure a lot's happened to you guys as well. So somehow we'll have to meet up and have a good old natter, and maybe play a something. Right, my week. Now, you see, the thing for me is, you guys, it's always a case of, oh, I've been working, and that's practically all the chance you've had to do anything. So, of course, I turn around and I tell you all sorts of minutiae that it would seem like to anybody else, but because my life is empty, these things are actually little high points, As for example, last
Or
night,
auntie. Have a
with
Twinkie.
I don't have. Sorry, I'm still reading chat. Come on, brain, do working. Last night, yes, Spanky, Brian, Retta, and myself played City of Heroes, a game we have got to try and get Dr. Sinister into. Not in a big way, but just as a way of hanging out and spending a couple of hours, because we did that last night, and I've got to admit, away from being in a guild, just pottering around, no pressure, no raiding pressure or anything else like that, just hanging out with some friends. It was nice, it was gentle, it was it's just what I needed. It was lovely. Thank you all very much.
Just hanging out.
That really was
getting
great.
Beaten up by supervillains, right? It's always
Yes.
fun.
Yes, because suddenly they turned purple.
Yeah. Getting beaten up by rock monsters. Yay!
And
Yeah.
Frankie decides that he needs to go away.
Ah,
And
that
then we all die.
Oh yeah, I
happens.
remember the all dying bit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
The
it's
Yeah.
funny how
Spaceballs.
that leaves a mark.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, my
It's-
character has debt now.
That's my fault. Yes, I got you debt on your tune.
Yes, you did.
I
Thank
did.
you.
It really was enjoyable. No pressure, just chilling. It was lovely. Rest of the week. Fencegate 2, the saga continues. Ah.
Dun, 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 dun,
We
dun,
can
dun,
come
dun.
up with an infographic for that.
Oh yes.
I'm not sure where we got up to last week because the weeks are starting to blur. Did I tell you about the guy who came round to fix the fence?
The week early, yes.
Did I tell you about the other guy who came to fix the fence after one of the trees had been knocked down?
No.
Ah! Blokey chap turns up to fix the fence after one of the trees has been knocked down. Brilliant. I could hear him talking outside. And then I got a phone call, and he's saying the willow tree needs to come down. Now, we've already inspected the willow tree. I say we, they have. And we think it's salvageable. It needs to be cut right back because it's literally growing into the roof. And when I say literally, I mean literally. And obviously we need the third tree to be removed. So he says, I can't do anything anyway, mate. I've only got the small van. I've got no fence panelling. So, bye. I then got a text. And again, when I'm talking about this, I don't lie. I don't exaggerate. You just get the facts. And I got a text. I won't mention names, from a Guinness employee who told me that basically Fenceman had turned around and said he couldn't gain access.
Ha!
So I don't know what's happening about that. I am now waiting for a timeline for A, my fence to be fixed, B, the willow tree to be sorted out. But to me, that's the least important. And then the third one, the third tree to go, the little one the one that is actually in the way. And then finally, when the platform in my garden is going to be built, so I can actually use it this summer. So there. Okay.
Are we taking bets on when all this stuff is going to happen, or
I'm not going to. Yes. Yes.
I'm going to say never.
Ooh.
I will say the platform will be built in time for fall.
Autumn.
Yes.
I was going to say late winter.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking I was going to end up breaking my neck or something.
Late winter of 2028.
At the moment, that's why I don't use the back door.
That soon.
Auntie,
Yeah,
you need to start
I-
recording your interactions with these various people and organizations and whatever.
No,
You really
I'm all
need
right.
to-
No. It's okay for the moment. For the moment, it's all right. I've got a handle on it. Like I say, a couple of weeks ago, they sent me 150 quid compensation. So, and I was not expecting that. I didn't know they did it.
Oh,
So
nice.
that meant I could book the hotel for Hooverville, thankfully, which is very nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, and was there anything else? I've given you the Hartnell news. Or lack
the upcoming,
thereof.
Hartnell off? Yeah. Mhm.
It's not a Hartnell.
We know you're planning to off him. Shame on you.
No.
Can I
Dear God, no.
can I just mention something briefly?
Please do.
Please.
So I apologise to anyone who's not royally inclined who might be watching, but we've had 4 days of celebrating 70 years of the Queen on the throne. And today they had
You
a
should eat
pageant
prunes.
going through London, and they had various buses one of which was for the 1960s. On the
Oh,
back of the
dear.
bus was Hartnell and Troughton.
Really?
Really?
We can do better than that.
Behind that
Oh,
bus,
There we go.
there were 4 Daleks doing the whole route with not on a float or anything, just on the road.
I
and they-
think
Like
there
rolling?
was I think they might have been using electric scooters.
They were film Daleks, so they had the big bases, so they had
Yeah.
plenty of room to hide any
You had a runabout or something in there. That's cool.
any
Magnificent.
equipment
That's
inside
pretty cool.
there. So, but
That's
I
awesome.
thought that was jolly nice.
Yes, I agree. And on the other buses, they had for
Wow.
the other decades,
Really cool.
they had the doctors on that. On
I wish you got some
70s,
images of
80s,
that.
They
and
have Christopher
90s.
Eccleston on one of them.
They
All right.
they
He's
did.
her favorite.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
was on one of them. There's the
He's the
irony.
Queen's favorite.
Ah.
True.
So I mean, in person on it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's unlikely.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Christopher Eccleston was not a fan of the Jubilee celebrations, to put
He's
it
not a fan of
mildly.
royals at all, is he?
Hey,
I
I
read
can
the
do my
clown
Holly
thing.
impersonation. Everyone, Dave, is dead. Everyone, Dave, is dead.
They're all dead, Dave.
All dead. Sorry. Right, moving on. Now we fucked that
They're all
up.
dead, Dave.
I think that's about the news, isn't it? That's about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, go on, Brian. Do the thing. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. Takes longer than I thought, you know.
Now you know how we feel.
Do I care?
No.
Please
I've
notice
never heard
that
that. I've never heard that complaint before. It takes longer than I thought.
Okay, there we go. Anyway, Dr. Basil Disco is taking Asbil on her first trip to the future and a different planet. Once again, showing the variety of the show. We said last week it was a step on point. Second episode, into the future. Third episode, as we'll see, is into the past. And there you go. Beautiful location, I thought.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful location. The trouble is, this city is built out of nanites. And there was a slight miscommunication somewhere down the line, and they're killing everybody who doesn't smile. In case you're wondering, we watched the Doctor Who episode, Smile. You see, if that was the 70s, it would have come up in big white letters with a line underneath and gone, Smile. Boop. You see? And with a Radiophonics jingle next to it.
And if it was
Anyway.
the 80s, it would have seen people wearing pink uniforms gunning people down in the streets.
That would have made me smile.
It was the 80s.
See, I wasn't thinking Happiness Patrol.
I was.
Well, you often do, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is a pastime of yours. Right, so, Smile. I best not do that, actually. Sinister, as you were talking, the good thing about this is I can say to you, do your review now, then you can switch off whilst the Americans go hern, 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 hern. So, Sinister, give us your review now.
Yeah, I agree. The visuals in this episode are absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's beautiful. You got this beautiful white kind of city with these endless kind of cornfields or whatever the frig they are. Wheat fields, I don't know. Was it wheat, corn? I don't know. Can't remember. Anyway, it looks beautiful. The robots are very reminiscent of the robots from the episode where Amy gets trapped and ages, and
Handbots.
that's the ones they're saying
They'll be
this is a
waiting.
kindness and all that. I know they don't speak, but just kind of the general concept of them kind of reminded me a lot of that, I thought. But that's not a problem. I like the fact that, the whole story was kind of around emojis. And also, interestingly enough, for once, the Doctor doesn't quite know what's going on. He's kind of making it up as he goes along. He first of all says, oh, this is a planet where the robots are sent ahead to terraform. Then he says, oh no, there was a setup team. Then he says, oh no, actually it's a colony ship, because there's thousands of people on board in the pods and what have you. So I don't know if that was a plot problem or a Doctor problem. I do think the episode slowed down considering it was going on at quite a pace, and then we got to the exposition dump and it slowed considerably, and then it picked up again. Was the ending a bit of a cop out? Possibly. But I do like the fact that the robots, like you say, they made up the fabric of the city. There's a fantastic scene where I think they're running across a bridge and part of the archway dissolves into this kind of cloud of robots to chase them. I quite liked that. Although you have to wonder why they couldn't have dissolved the whole city and just enveloped them in nanites or robots or whatever. I don't really know. Budget, yeah. Bill, as usual, I love Bill. I've always loved Bill. I think she's absolutely brilliant in this. The only thing I would say is once they get on board the spaceship, it's clearly a factory with concrete floors. It looks a bit. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, there's a difference there between the visuals of the city and the spaceship. I get that, but they could have done a bit more effort, I thought, on the spaceship side of it. But on the whole, I thought this was a good episode. No real issues with it, particularly. The Doctor obviously trying to keep Bill safe by, sending her back to the TARDIS, and of course, nothing. I can't really fault it, with a slight hint at this season's story arc.
Question. I was going to ask it afterwards, but we'll ask it now. Do you think this is a slight story, or do you think it's been overlooked?
If you'd asked me that question before I watched it again, I would have probably agreed with you. But actually, there's quite a lot going on in this. There's quite a lot of peril involved and lots of running around, and the scene where they're on the walkway and the robot's hanging on, and it was actually there's actually more going on than I remembered.
Anybody else want to chip in on that particular question?
I think it's often overlooked because there isn't a whole lot of cast in it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that's deliberate because it's a character exploration to get to know the dynamic between the Doctor and Bill.
But that's
They
the
do
thing.
that with certain episodes.
It's the arc in space.
Explorations tend to get overlooked because it's not a big to do. A lot of it is just Bill and the Doctor roaming around this city, finding out stuff. To some, it could be boring because they just don't get it. To others, it might not click. It's a thing.
Fair enough. Anything else you'd like to say about it? Seriously, go on.
I like this show. I like this one.
There we go.
See, the thing is, it's not bad and it's not good. It's kind of middle of the road. But you do get to see some good insights from Bill on who the Doctor is and why he does these things. Because she's learning this stuff for the
what it is, and I mean this in a nice way, is this is pedestrian Doctor Who. It's not an epic story like you say. It's not a crappy story. It's just an everyday run-of-the-mill Doctor Who story, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an excellent summation. personally. Retta, you've been very quiet.
I don't have much to say about this.
Oh,
I mean,
smile.
well, besides the fact that I don't want to get killed by robots because I'm not smiling, I just, I mean, I guess I can agree with Paco on the fact that it wasn't a horrible episode, but it was kind of dull to me. It really was. I mean, I guess I can see where Sinister is coming from on that one level, how it's more of an exploration, or was it Paco that mentioned that it was an exploration between Bill and okay. Well, anyway, I guess I can see that,
What's with
but
Twinkie?
as a whole, as one who
Right, hand
likes,
him over.
as a person who likes Doctor Who, but is not like a huge big fandom into Doctor Who, it was just an okay episode.
It would be very interesting to see what you make of it if you came back to it in a few years' time like we have.
I watched it a few years ago.
Oh, well, there we go.
All
Very
these Doctor Who episodes I've
She's
already
very
seen.
set in her ways. She hasn't got an open mind. Once she's decided on something.
Wow. That's a little insulting, Auntie.
I've got a scalpel. I can open her mind.
There you go.
I considered the opportunities becoming
Ritual
a fish
surgery.
person might be.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, we haven't done the Underwater Menace yet.
Oh God, no.
Nothing in the veiled can stop us
Stop.
now.
Oh, no.
You know what I liked about the
Sorry,
episode?
Retta. It wasn't
I
meant to
thought
be insulting.
It was great to see what the ultimate evolutionary form of a Tamagotchi was.
Yeah.
That was
Well, you
That
may
was what I
have
took
to
away
say,
from it.
explain what a Tamagotchi is to some of our
bugger.
viewers.
That's true. Okay. Google Tamagotchi. That's cool. But yeah, the
Like
little
we got
pet
viewers.
and stuff.
I had one of the very first Tamagotchis. You can get an R2D2 one these days.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh
Mhm.
dear God.
Yep, little Tamagotchi. So that's what happens when the Tamagotchi grows up and does things.
And becomes sentient and decides to
And
kill
starts
the
killing
human
people.
race. Because we're not happy.
But now they get to be the indigenous life form of the planet. So what the hell, right? Since they accidentally or on purpose cleared out the original intended recipients thereof. Oh well.
It's be a bit of Mechanus.
You know
Yeah.
why I think a lot of us don't connect well with this episode?
Go on.
Because we speak in full sentences.
I can speak either. I can speak emoji or proper Queen's English, don't you know?
I am not that well in touch with the youth.
Youth with an F.
The Utes.
Youth.
The Utes.
Youths.
The
Hello,
true
the youth, by the
True
way.
Utes.
You are very welcome.
They're not watching us.
No, they're not watching us.
We've
They've got
established
far better things to watch.
the youth don't watch us, the future historians do.
Yep.
And
The
who
youth
are the
over
future
watching
historians?
The hot tub channels.
The future historians are not even sperm in this current timeline.
But they are the descendants of the youth.
The possibility
aren't we
for their
all?
genetic evolutions
Quite.
haven't been evolved yet. Let's just leave it at that. The second thumb on the hand hasn't come into play yet. None of that. So
Oh, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised. Have a little look at the cover for Gallifrey War Room. Look at Rassilon's hand with the glove of doom on it.
no, right.
And
Yeah.
then check the fingers.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm so
It's
sorry
supposed
to
to look
whoever
like
did-
that, right?
No.
No, I mean
Um,
future historians, because they have that,
No,
another thumb instead of a
This
pinky.
is a genuine cock up. And I do
Yes.
apologise to the person who actually did it, but
And back the
basically he's
glove.
taken Rassilon, because Rassilon wore the glove on his left hand, he's taken the left hand and cloned it off to be the right hand, but somehow has mangled up the flipping it over so it can be the right hand again, and it just looks wrong. Yeah, sorry.
The
Um,
main
tell me more to
of
say-
Rassilon.
He would claim that.
Yeah.
Spanky, any more to say on this, love?
No, that was pretty much my pithy retort. And that was it.
Wow, not even anybody going to mention the ending?
I did mention the ending, the whole, they're the new species or whatever. I thought that
No,
was.
no. The very ending.
Oh, the elephant?
Elephant. It's the elephant in the room.
No, that's the elephant on the Thames.
The elephant on the Thames, right?
Thames.
Whatever.
Thames.
Thames.
It has
Thames. How about that? Thames. Learn how to talk. It's the Thames.
Two
now on.
nations separated by one language.
Sorry, are you studying the nuclear codes up there?
Is that the hand in question you're talking about?
It is.
There we go. Yep.
Study it, please. And
Something
when you're ready.
There's something very strange about that hand.
So it's not just me. Thank you. I thought I was going nuts there.
I can't quite make out what's wrong with it.
Well, I
Is it a
told you I
reversed
think
image?
happened.
Yeah, they
It has to
reversed
be
the
a
image,
reversed image,
basically.
yeah. But somehow it hasn't worked. It's quite odd.
Wow. That is odd indeed.
Oh, I'm glad it's not just me. I mean, I'm not glad for the sake of Big Finish and the artists involved, but I'm glad I'm not going nuts. Okay, well, that was very brief.
Sorry.
View of Smile, if I'm honest with you.
Well, it's
This
a
is
very
gonna be a
brief episode.
That's fair.
It's a
We've got Thin Ice next week, where we're all going to be taught how to treat a racist.
I know.
One of Doctor Who's most satisfying moments.
Does it involve a wood chipper?
No,
Oh.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
not this particular thing. It
Remember, you
involves
gotta lower them in feet first, so you get that funny look on their face.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I fucking worry about you guys. I really do. Not much, can't be bothered, but still, it's just.
Oh, and make
dear.
sure you do it somewhere out in the woods, like deep, where there are a lot of porcupines. Porcupines
Anyway,
will
Retta.
eat calcium.
My apologies. I did not mean to insult you.
Fine.
I'm going to suffer for that.
She's checking out Diablo.
Mm.
No, I'm just chilling.
It's only right and proper.
Like I said, I don't have much to say about this episode.
Well, we come to the end of it.
See,
There is no big
Retta,
finish.
you say you're chilling. You look a bit hot to me.
Is it warm there?
I'm fine.
You look a bit red in the face.
I do. I'm not wearing makeup today.
Oh,
Smart
Oops.
move. It's
Sorry.
Always kinda red in
I
the
love the
face.
fact that Brian mentions this like he knows.
Mm.
I'm
Something you want to
naturally
share with the group.
no. I'm naturally. My skin has a really natural red pigment to it.
That's healthy.
So if I'm not
That's
wearing
healthy.
makeup to calm it down, I do look like I'm really angry or upset or about ready to blow a gasket. So
So basically, you can sneak into a MAGA convention quite easily just by going without makeup.
right.
Right, like I say, no big finish this week. We didn't do it. I wasn't sure if we were going to do Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD or not, because last week we did Doctor Who and the Daleks because somebody suggested it.
so
And that
close.
somebody-
You can feel their fire.
Yeah, this is my fire, and that somebody
Hmm.
fell asleep.
Siobhan, you look a little red in the face there. You look a little hot.
No, not really.
Miss Iris.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
Yes, okay, fair enough. Righty ho. Just so the point is made, that's why we have a gap in the show.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, of course not. What did you make of Doctor Who and the Daleks, Retta? If you turn around and say you didn't get a chance to watch it, I am going to scream.
I hope you all have some earplugs.
Oh, played, Retta. Played. Absolutely superb. Do it again and I will kill you. That. I'm impressed by that.
This is most exciting.
It is.
To be
It is.
fair,
Oh, could we have-
I didn't have to be cajoled into watching this because I have the Rift Tracks version on Amazon that I can watch, and it was damn funny.
It's a shame you couldn't
Amazon's
see it in
good
the
for that, the
4K.
Rift Tracks version.
Yeah, I have
Right.
the Rift version. I have to act. I am planning on watching it. I just have to wait for Brent to watch it with me because we
It's
want
a
to
bit
watch
slow,
it together.
if I'm honest with you. The second
But-
one's far better.
Tell Brent to join us in this Fisher Price MMO.
I
Oh,
have
yes.
told
I was
him.
going to say, if you were going to say Fisher Price podcast, I'll bloody well
He needs
slap
to
you.
say that in a room where he can be PK'd. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
this is
Oh,
the Play School.
play school. The play school MMO, right?
Why, you little...
Talk to him and he says no. I told him that Auntie is going to bring upon her wrath upon him, and he just kind of shook his head and said no.
Again, we're talking City Heroes, because it really is. It's a sort of game you can just jump into after the pub. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about things.
And many, many thanks to all those private servers out there. Bring the game back for people to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had to get that in.
Except for the scumbags out there who are misusing it and doing it wrong and trying to get money. You know who you
Ooh,
are.
I do
you
hope
bastard.
not. I
Yeah.
do hope not. Right, so we're going to move on, and we're going to do some trash talk now. Who wants
I
to
see
go?
what you did there.
Retta,
are we
you
gonna
did
go on?
this
Which one?
brilliantly, so I'm going to turn around to you and say, would you sum up Firefly trash, please?
Ah. There you go.
Well,
The plot.
we have Mal, and he's meeting with an old war buddy, and they're on some backward planet there, or moon, or something like that, and they're kind of handing off the cargo that they have to Mal and his group, and Mal finds out that his old war buddy has shaved his beard, and he never thought he'd shave his beard. So the guy's like, well, my wife didn't like it, and Mal's like, you got married? And he's like, yeah, and he brings over his wife. And wouldn't you know, it's Mel's good old sweetheart wife, Saffron, who, is here. And so, of course, they both pull out their guns. They get into a little bit of a cat fight, because that's really what it is. It's a cat fight. It's not really, a
It's
fight.
almost a slap fight.
Yeah.
Malcolm Reynolds can catfight with the best of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, long story short, Malcolm reveals who she is, and the other guy, of course, gets all upset and leaves her on the planet.
I shaved my beard for you, woman.
Exactly.
Very
So,
beardy show this
I
week.
understand his pain. Yeah.
and so, for some stupid reason, Mal lets her aboard his ship again. Basically they all decide to do this heist that she has, because she has all the details to be able to get into and steal this old gun that's worth a fortune. So, long story short, Mal and Saffron get in there while the rest of the group is trying to rig up the garbage disposal so that way they can get it to move the gun to another place when they throw it down the garbage chute. Mal and Saffron get caught by her. Come to find out, her other husband.
Worse than River Song.
Many probably. All right.
Guys, how many husbands does she have?
We don't know. That and the world may never know. So of course,
Volunteers tribute.
So of course
Pretty
they try to she tries to worm her way out of it, and he calls the police, and they get out and they run away, and they get into
You
the
make it sound so
shuttle.
exciting.
Well, I mean that's what it is. They get out, they run away from the police, they get into the shuttle, and then of course she turns the tables on Mal again, though now at this point I'm wondering if she really did or if he let her. That can be discussed later. But needless to say, she decides to be petty, to leave him down in the middle of the desert without any clothes. Goes to get the gun. Anara's there being awesome and had already gotten the gun, and then closes the garbage chute on them, and then they take the gun and go away to get their fortune. And meanwhile, oh crap, what's his name? The doctor there,
Yes.
talking to Jane. Simon, thank you.
Mhm.
You have a good moment and a good heart-to-heart between Simon and Jane, where Simon pretty much...
out. Simon found out what happened on Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
I can kill you with my brain.
And that's pretty much the episode, Auntie. Did I miss anything?
I think you've done a wonderful job. quite frankly. It didn't sell some of it, I'll be honest with you. Just, and
Well, why is
then
it
this
trying to sell it?
happened, and then this happened. But we're working. You're improving, Retta.
I didn't
It's all
know.
down to my influence, of course. You can't take any credit, but you are. Oh, and thank you,
you've done
Kai or Faye, for your Prime subscription. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. I have no idea what it means.
They gave you money.
Oh, bless you,
have a
child.
sub, other than me.
Wow.
Where's
Someone
the tip
Scottish
jar?
giving money.
Where's the tip jar? from?
I'm running things. I don't have the tip jar up.
Yeah, he doesn't have the chip jar. With luck, I'll be running things next week because my new monitor that I bought for about £6 off eBay will be turning up. I don't need it to do much. It's my secondary monitor. It's just, so fingers crossed. Right. Yeah. Dr. Sinister.
Hello.
Hello, dear. Oh, come off it. How can I not do the Scottish jibes? It's
It
Kai.
is
Hello,
Kai.
Kai. I thought it was
No,
Kai. I
Kai.
wasn't sure, though. I can't remember what Faye comes up with, but it's certainly Jock Moore. It's definitely Kai. Yeah. It's good to see you, Jamie. It is. Right. So, Dr. Sinister, do talking about Firefly now.
Yeah. So, I liked this episode. I like the fact that the whole crew were playing Saffron since before he even let her out of the crate. The whole thing was planned down to the finest detail because they know what she's like. And on that regard, I like the fact that when the episode opens, you've got Mal sitting there naked on a rock in the middle of the desert, and he goes, "Well, that went well." And then later on, they play that again, and it's got two meanings. First of all, you think, well, he's found himself, dropped in the shit again. But actually, when they play it the second time, you realise he actually means it. Well, that went well. It did go well, as far as he was concerned.
Chat for you quickly. Hey, Andrew, good to see you, mate.
Hello, good to hear from you, Kai. I like the fact that we got to see a different type of planet.
Yes,
with the floaty
yes.
things.
I'm reminded of the finale to Solo. I don't know why. It's just where it's set, inside the room, floating in the sky. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
I've only watched Solo once, and that was at the cinema. Although I do intend
Solo.
to watch it again at some point.
Oh, yes, I must.
Anyway,
Which Solo?
the only
the Star Wars one?
minor plot point I have here is you've got machines that dispose of the garbage, right?
Right.
The machine came to get the garbage pod as soon as they dropped the gun in. Are you seriously telling me that the moment you drop a single piece of garbage, the machine's going to come along and collect it?
No,
How
they
did
have-
they know? How did they know the garbage was going to be full and that the machine would come at that precise moment to come and pick it up?
Hadn't they previously hacked the machine so that they were going to come and pick the garbage up at a certain time or something like
Yeah,
that?
No, there's a
They
button.
had, they had the machine to decide where it would drop the garbage off, but there was no mention of them hacking the machine so it came immediately.
There's a button.
Because in fact, they were rushing at the end when the thing turned up. They were rushing because they hadn't put the circuit board back in.
Rhoda? You said?
I was trying to say there was a button that they were supposed to push.
Trying to say.
Oh, a pickup button?
Get her.
Yeah.
There you go. Possibly that was it.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a
They
button.
showed that. They showed that when she was talking about it, that the person would come, they opened the garbage, they threw away whatever it was, and then you saw them, and then they hit the button.
Okay.
There was okay.
Does this answer satisfy you?
I might have missed it. I would find that answer most satisfactory if that is indeed the case.
Brilliant. There we go. Once again, the flashing blade solving all problems.
Yeah.
God, we're good. We're so
We are
good.
brilliant.
Really cold water. Best
One other comment, and I've made
Hello.
this comment before.
Yes.
Did they film this with a potato?
It's not Putin's Russia.
because the scenes in the desert, they must have used 16mm film because it's so grainy.
It was on Fox.
Okay, I was going to say possibly shot on video and then filmized like the BBC have been doing for years.
I think it's been done on
Doctor Who is
16mm film.
Well, that's why I don't know why I'm making noises like this. Please excuse me. Brian, can you put aside your pervertiness for one moment to talk about this?
Yeah, I'm not being perverted at all. Saffron is a very beautiful, beautiful actress.
About which you keep harping on.
You know,
Well, you're the one who's bringing it up,
you
Auntie.
keep bringing it up. I mean,
He's a prevert.
I'm just saying.
Paco, I have not seen any pervertedness from you.
As
this
far as I am
today.
aware, she is single, and if she should by
She's in one of those
happenstance
moods.
see this video, she knows that she has a standing date for dinner if she ever needs it.
There you go.
All I'm saying.
What's Jesse going to say about that?
You're a future intended.
I can
They'll
set
work
her up
them
with
out.
Johnny Depp then. She's okay.
There you go. Right.
She's fine.
I
with
wonder
it.
if he'd let me actually officiate the wedding.
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might.
Sure, why not?
I don't think he's ever getting married again.
He's
but-
never getting married again. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sure.
done.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to the
moving
show.
on. Moving
I don't
on.
either, probably.
One of the neat things I found about this was River's continued development since Ariel, since she started taking the new medicines and everything. She's been a lot more together and a lot more in tract with what she's perceiving. When Jane was telling them stay on the ship, we have somebody here who will not hesitate at turning you in for money. He's like, they're scared. Well, yeah, it's a dangerous job. No, he's scared. She could read him like a book. She knew ahead of time what he had done on Ariel by setting up both her and Simon to be taken away back into Alliance custody. And he got really nervous. So that when he got hurt and he was on the doctor's table, Simon and him had a little chat, come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah, the heart-to-heart was cool.
Yeah. And that as long as he is on the table, he is safe. He is a part of the crew and nothing bad will happen to him. Because he won't do that. And that look on Jane's face, and then he realized he couldn't move. That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of shamed Jane, too, because, we talked before about Jane having his own code of honor and rules, right?
Yes, we have.
He operates from a different kind of social perspective, but, knowing that they're family and that now that, Simon knows Jane pooched him and, screwed himself on his own code. Now Simon knows Jane's shame, but also had him at his mercy and didn't do anything, which kind of shames Jane just a little bit more after all the grief that he gave him. And then, of course, he realizes further that he can't move it all on the table, and it's just, the trifecta. It's a hat trick right there. It was awesome.
And then
Ooh,
and that
talking of
River
hats.
can kill him with her brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that line.
that was great.
I often use
And
that
I
line.
can kill you with my brain. Yeah.
No one's ever believed me. Strange.
I think
Have
you
you ever
need to make
taken your
more
brain out and hit
examples
anyone
of
with it? I mean,
Oh, righty ho. I shall do that.
hmm
I have an idea. I shall buy some pig's brains.
there you go. Start throwing them at people.
Throwing them?
Killing you with
You gotta
my
make
brain.
sure
No,
they're
no, no,
frozen.
no, no. I'm just going to leave them somewhere and say, he upset me.
I'd say bronze them
Because
first.
the
and
kids
then,
around here already think this is the haunted place.
Ooh,
Right.
nice.
Yeah, I'm Boo Radley, essentially. Because obviously my day's the other way round.
I'm
So
wow, Boo
not-
Radley.
when
you
they're running
Auntie?
around everything else like that.
Wait,
I'll,
wait.
house is
Boo Radley,
shrouded.
are you sure
I'm
it's
not.
not just
I'm not
like a
sure.
vampire
Boo
or
Radley.
something?
I'm not sure. I'm going to give you Boo Radley. Okay, maybe. You
Boo
know,
Radley was a
some-
kindly soul.
Yeah. Do the children think you're a kindly soul?
Oh, sorry. Spoiler for To Kill a Mockingbird.
If anybody's
yes.
going to watch To Kill a
They
Mockingbird,
didn't realise that he was a kindly soul until the end when he saved Scout. And that's when Jay realizes what
When
the
exactly
phrase.
in the book
Sorry,
did they
James.
get to
Yeah,
killing a
to-
mockingbird?
That's when he understands the metaphor. It's
Well, when the man
it's-
gets
it's-
killed,
yeah.
that her father's defending, right? That's killing a mockingbird.
Well,
Never did anyone any harm.
What exactly do they describe? How to kill a mockingbird? Because that book is really freaking long, and I think I missed it.
They talk in the front when they talk about learning to shoot. Their father said you could kill this, that, or the other, but never kill a mockingbird because they haven't harmed anyone. All they do is to give you a beautiful song so everybody benefits. They don't cause any harm, so never kill a mockingbird. And then, you have the black man who didn't do anyone harm, was in fact helping the lady and ultimately died for it. That's killing a mockingbird. Yeah.
Showing the racism of the society at the time.
And it did a really good job of depicting the racism without just beating you over the head with it. It was exactly
studied
how
it
that
at
works.
school.
Yeah. The
Everybody
hypocrisy
studied
of
it at
racism
school.
in the South is still kind of galling, honestly.
I never had to read it.
Really?
Never read it?
11th grade?
Yeah.
Never?
Yep. Never.
Have you read it?
I read it in like 5th or 6th.
Why would I
Like,
subject
on my
myself
own.
to
I was
that?
kind of weird like that.
That's not a bad
It's a
answer.
brilliant book.
You'd
It's
like that.
really
Did
well
you?
written.
Did you do Watership Down?
Written.
I
No.
read UK Habitats of the Canadian Goose by H.M.
HM Stationery Office. I've got that one.
There you
I
go.
read A
It's
Boy
really
and His
good.
Dog. Then I saw
Boy and
the
His
movie.
Dog was good. Then the
I
movie.
read-
Here's one. Ginger Pie.
Never heard of it.
I read Hello, God, Are You There? Hello, Are You There? God, It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume.
My
She lied
condolences.
to God.
I've
It
read The
wasn't
Dragon
Margaret,
Riders.
It
of
was
Pern.
Judy.
Mm.
Oh, I've read that. I got very, very bored.
That's a
I
little
can't
annoying.
stand
Yeah.
straight SF. I don't know what it is about me. I get bored.
I know. How about the
Um,
Riddlemaster books? McKillop was that? Oh no, Anne McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Those were good. Man, those were epic.
I read anything from David Eddings.
She has.
Yeah, and he is the perfect example of how to write a story by filling in the outline. Just change the different names on the characters. They all went here. Well, different place name, but it's the same journey, the same everything. He really pimps the whole
I've read
heroic
the
journey and
Vampire
all of that.
Chronicles.
I'm sorry,
And
Auntie, we're getting off a track.
We are
That
wandering.
is the culture section of the Flashing Blade.
And how?
Okay, before we move on, I need to quickly ask for a level check, please. Anything happening on
Okay.
any of the levels?
Level 1, we've lost contact with. Level 2 is reporting radiation sickness.
What about level 4 in particular?
There is a rogue Cyberman on level 4 controller.
I will never, ever get tired of that. And how apt. We watched Out of the Unknown. We watched level 7. A short story that was adapted for the electric television by J.B. Priestley. Quite a big name. A military guy gets a promotion and he's going down to level 7 because he needs to know a little bit about what's going on. And, that once he's had these training there, he can come back and whatever. However, level 7 is 4,500 meters under the ground. And, which is a deep thing. And it's the furthest one, it's at the bottom, basically. And this
that
is
farther
where...
than we've ever dug before.
No, that was the Stallman project.
No, I mean
In Eastchester.
The deepest hole human beings have dug, I think, is only 4 miles.
Alexa, what's the deepest hole ever dug?
There you have it.
Here's something I found on the web. According to PlayCruiseIGame.com, the deepest hole humanity has ever drilled is the Kola Super Deep Borehole, a Russian project started in 1970 with the aim of reaching the mantle.
That's Project Mohole.
Doesn't
Oh.
tell me how big
Was-
it actually deep it actually
but
was.
Project Mohole is what Inferno's based on. Oh wow!
There you go.
I don't know why that pleases me so much, but
I
it
would
does.
have
Education.
said
Anyway.
my Alexa, but it would have said the deepest hole ever dug was your mom.
That was what I was thinking, but I didn't say it out loud.
Anyway, they find out when
Surprisingly,
when they
Surprisingly, no one called Doug was involved in the digging of that hole.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
may
Strange
I
coincidence.
continue, please?
Doug Ski.
If you must.
Must you?
Must you?
Please
Anyway,
do.
when they get to level 7, they find out they're there for the rest of their lives, and they all take it very well.
Apart from
With
Paul.
great equanimity.
Apart from David Collins, who's a very young David Collins, but still showing his acting chops. Level 7 is essentially a survival bunker, but also it controls the missiles. It's a little bit like the American silo system, where you have the 2 guards and you've got to turn a key at the same time. And
Levels 1 to 4 are civilian. Level 5 is government. Level 6 is military, and level 7, as you say, is missile control.
Yeah. It goes on from there. It does ask about the just how sensible this sort of deterrent is. Now, let's be honest here. We're sitting in 2022, and it's held. Admittedly, as I've said in the past, it's Schrodinger's deterrent, because someone with nuclear weapons is threatening to use them if we try and stop them. So the deterrent sort of, that hasn't quite worked.
He hasn't used them yet, so it's still working. But
yeah, but like Sinister
the
was
Nicole
saying,
Kidman thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about the guy who wants 1 million nuclear bombs. I'm terrified of the guy who only wants 1. Yeah.
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 So
basically,
yeah, it's interesting, and it does take place over a certain period of time. Matey Boy goes and gets himself married to
It's
Betty.
placed over several years, 5 or 6 years.
Betty
I think.
Spencer, and who Sinister will recognise from Some Mothers Do Have Them. Yep, with a Morse code theme tune, and
She was Mrs. Edward Woodward.
yeah, she was Mrs. Iwawiwa. You're quite right. And sorry, I'm thinking, I don't want to give anything away, but fuck's sake, it's out of the unknown. The missiles get launched. There's all-out war, and some of them are sickened, and some of them are actually quite excited. Look at that! Isn't that brilliant? Unfortunately, the stage 4 missiles, the big bastards, they're already quite big. I think stage 3 was 50 megatons. Jesus, that's a Tsar bomber. It's the biggest bomb there's ever been. There's something about the radiation, and it starts to seep through level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Eventually, it does reach level 7. And it's what happens to the people when that happens. It's quite intense, this one. It's enjoyable. A little bit thought-provoking, to be fair. And it put in its context of when it was broadcast, quite an interesting subject matter for them to cover. So, who'd like to go first on level 7? Sinister, you enjoyed it. It's not supposed to be a route map.
It cracks along at a hell of a pace, this one. You're thrown into it straight away with the guy in the office saying, you've been doing some testing on these computers. I'd like you to go to level 7. Next thing you know, they're in a car. Next thing you know, they're underground. And the title level 7 appears. And you're like, wow, this is going really fast. They've got a lot of story to get out in a very short space of time. Within 5 minutes, it's not really 5 minutes, but within 5 minutes, was it number 127 is married to Betty? Like you say. The general guy, I looked him up. What was his name? Anthony something or other. I don't know what I've seen him in, but he's so familiar to me.
I had exactly the same problem.
It might have been an Avengers episode or something, but he is so familiar. Anyway, he was really good. He's he's the guy in charge of the operation, and he's convinced about this deterrent, and he wants to wipe the enemy off the face of the earth, etc.
Fair, it's not a subtle character. It's not drawn very broadly.
No. When the actual war was happening, I just assumed it was a test, and then actually to find out, actually no, this is actually happening. They are actually nuking the shit out of each other. That was quite horrifying, really, because okay, these people, they were down there for the rest of their lives anyway, but there's nothing to go back to. I thought the video image of the signal of the couple that had gone up from level 3 up to the surface was a bit overly melodramatic, to be honest with you. But I don't know, what can you say?
Which time?
Yeah. And then, I mean, it was inevitable what the end was going to be. They weren't coming back out. It was either society was going to break down, or, as we all saw, they all died of radiation poisoning because, as you say, it seeped through into the earth, and that basically you ended up with 2 people left, and that was it. I mean, what else is there to say, really?
Yeah.
Up until that point, I thought it was the perfect society, living underground with the control of nuclear weapons. A strict, segregated, controlled society. What's wrong with any of that?
Can see another Christmas message being broadcast. Oh dear.
Debate. That was
Mind you, it's Leader Day coming up. Leader Day is on the 27th.
We are officially in Leader Month, yes, and Leader Day is coming very soon.
I like how this weekend they had processions for you.
Yeah. Obviously, we all know what that was all about. I mean, an 84 gun salute. I mean, who else could that be for?
I need to ask you something, settle a dispute. Are you at war with the moon or Mars?
Mars.
Sorry, I did tell you.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for
It's
Brian.
Make
Let's
it
be
a
honest.
little awkward.
Yeah. You see, he's been busy organising the Great Hunt. And, well, it's a tradition.
It's a
isn't it?
purging of the Martian hives.
You see, I've actually got no evidence that there is any life on Mars, but I want to get there. I want to nuke those bastards before they attack us.
We're all underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, there we go. Flash and Blade science. We have proven the existence of Martians.
Well, life on Mars.
Oh, we know that exists,
No,
Brian.
I'm never
hates
watching
Call
that
them
damn
Martian.
Retta,
Yes.
what did you think of level 7?
Hmm.
I think I know where this is going.
Well,
I can tell by the smile on her face. She's given the game where she's got to tell, boys and girls. I've just realised we can play poker now.
no, I don't play poker.
Yeah, I can see why.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I mean, it wasn't one of the worst episodes you've made me watch for Out of the Unknown. I do see where I do agree with Sinister that at the very beginning it was actually moving pretty quick, and I thought the whole marriage thing was like super quick. I just felt like the guy was 127 was just taking advantage of it because he wanted to get some.
It seemed that way, didn't it?
Because when he was talking,
you're trapped on one level in a bomb shelter with all these women, and it's gonna happen eventually. You're gonna all pair off.
But I mean, 117 at least had it right that he wanted it for love. This guy he just wanted it for sex. Let's face it, that's all he really wanted. He just wanted to be able to have sex.
Love brings us to marriage. Marriage
Yes,
brings us together.
Can I just ask, when is that happening? You and Jess?
When's what happened?
You're married.
You're getting married.
I'm not getting married.
Yes, you are.
You are.
Love brings us together.
This is news to me.
No,
No,
you
it's not.
told us you were getting married.
Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah.
You are betrothed.
I have
Toad.
no
That's a
recollection of
good
that.
word.
No, there's no recollection. You told
If
both
only
gonna be-
there was video evidence of
It's
this.
got to be worth it for tax
That's
reasons.
right.
surely.
He announced it on one of your podcasts.
No, he didn't.
He's going for the Trump defense. Deny everything, Baldrick.
Oh, look, technical difficulties.
Right.
It's the Chewbacca defense.
No,
Technical
the show
difficulties.
Chewbacca defense, please.
You do realize we can see you, right?
Cappuccino, darling.
Oh, man.
Sorry, explain the Chewbacca defense.
It's from a South Park episode.
Go on.
Mhm.
It's based on a false premise, but ultimately the Chewbacca defense is that Chewbacca comes from Endor, which he doesn't, and basically none of it makes sense, and therefore, as in the OJ murder, that does not make sense. It's something like that. It's spurious.
Right. Okay, good. I'm
Often
glad I
love
asked you to
doesn't
clarify
fit,
that.
Must acquit
Thank
thing,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Very
That
much.
word
It
was
does
sourced.
not make sense.
That does not make sense.
This does not make sense.
This defense
This makes
does
sense.
not make sense.
So you must acquit, right?
Yes.
Finished?
Exactly. If it doesn't make sense, you must
Finished?
acquit.
Subtle hint.
Anyway,
Spanky, what did you
Yes,
make
ma'am.
of level 7?
well, I noticed that things seemed rushed, but I think it was because, well, I can't say it like that. They played with time interestingly, I thought, in this episode. Several years pass in the show, but they only allude to it in oblique references.
Yeah.
And you get shown it by the fact that 1 minute they're on a date and the next thing you know they're married and have been for some time.
Yeah.
Because they have the second time the man and the woman talk, it's like, oh, it's our 6-month anniversary, and then after that we've been down here for 5 years, or 5 years since they dropped the bombs or something like that, and it's like, what? Wait. So, how are you going to allude to the passage of time in a story set underground, like literally at least 12 kilometers underground, right? 10 or 12 miles down. The environment isn't going to change at all. They didn't cover enough time that people got old and died, so you had to use another tool. So that was it. And that's why it felt kind of rushed, I think.
Okay, fair enough. Did we enjoy it?
I liked it.
Okay, so 2 for, 2 against.
I didn't say
Deciding
anything
votes.
yet.
I like it
Go
because
on
everybody
then.
died in
You
it.
need a
That was great.
tiebreaker at any point.
Yeah.
All right,
I
yeah,
thought it
that's
was
fair.
cool
Go on
because
then.
humanity wiped itself out. And
Well,
I
no, you
always
have
like
no.
stories
If you
where
haven't
humanity
actually
wiped itself
spoken,
out.
then-
So
No, I haven't. I mean,
well,
this
that's
is the second time
not really a
you've done
problem.
this to me, Siobhan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, I am counting.
And it
This
won't
is
be the last.
second attempt to have me watch something like Threads.
I had not made that connection.
However,
I can see where you're coming
Uh-huh.
from, but that
at
wasn't
least
intentional.
This one was underground and not above ground.
Remember how much you
Right.
enjoyed watching Threads?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Just like
It
the little
was
spaceship
rushed,
thing, right?
but given the time constraints of the program, I can understand it.
Oh, bless.
They did not show the delineation of time passing as well as they could have.
Well, that's something we did on Two Fan Dinosaurs. We kept track of the clock, didn't we?
We did. The
We
Sea
did.
Devils, yeah.
In Sea Devils, there was a clock in the Sea Devils, and we kept track of it. And we take our hats off to the continuity person on there.
Spot on.
Spot on.
So my question
And in multiple
is,
locations too.
Indeed.
they had a garden there with flowers and everything. What the hell kind of plants were those?
I was going to go
Yeah,
there.
those are
I
funky
thought it
looking
was
plants, right?
basically, so you got some cabbage leaves and some string.
yeah,
They're future plants, Brian, from the future.
future plants. Okay, yeah.
Plants,
That's
right. There you go.
That's terrific. Maybe based on that flora, they should have nuked everything.
Which reminds me, I've discovered a link. Brilliant.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brian.
Okay.
Two Fan Dinosaurs is coming on next Friday, where Dr. Sinister, who sat over there, hello, and I will be, for your benefit, watching Warriors of the Deep.
Warriors on the cheap.
Which again is about a nuclear base. In fact, it could almost be the same society, if I'm honest with you. So we'll be doing that. That's 9 o'clock UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's Friday. Saturday is the RPG. That's 8 o'clock UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And next Sunday is The Blade, which I will come to afterwards. Sorry. I rambled there a little bit. Sorry, Brian, go on.
No, it's okay.
He's sulking now.
No.
I got distracted. My brain went off in a totally different reason. Different reason?
Don't worry, I wasn't done speaking my mind about the show, and they just went right to Spanky.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
Well, go on then.
It's okay.
Speak
No,
your
it's
brains.
too late now. You didn't want to hear my rest of my opinion.
Speak your brains, Retta.
Sorry. More Twinkies.
No, it's okay. It's not important now. I'm just pointing it out.
Boxing up my Twinkies.
Notice this? It is the rare variant with the two-headed gecko-eating cat that smokes and the bow disruptor. Just saying. I thought it would distract us all from the impending drama. That was your chance to stab Auntie Retta. You were supposed to stick a blade in real quick.
I would not have
Okay.
stabbed Auntie. I don't want to go to jail.
She's not a knife person. She's a
That's
bomb
not
person.
the reason you're supposed to not want to stab me.
There's
Only thing stopping you is the law. Oh, great. Thanks.
Look over my shoulder.
Wow.
He's like, "What are you doing, man?"
Goodness me. Right. Go on. No, seriously, Retta, go on. Oh, sorry. Next week, we're looking at the 8th episode of the second series, Tunnel Under the World.
Wolf action. Wolf booty.
Maybe
No
another
idea.
variant of the same.
He's
Because
acting.
I've noticed these episodes of the Beyond the Unknown. They all seem to kind of have the same theme.
Mhm. Humanity sucks.
Right.
We're gonna
I think
kill
I've
ourselves.
identified the problem.
Oh,
The
go on.
problem is you're watching a series called Beyond the Unknown when we
Yeah.
should be watching a series called Out of the Unknown.
Ah,
You see,
that'll do
that's
it.
the problem.
They're
Sorry
very similar,
about that.
right?
But still, whatever you've been having us watch, I feel like I'm watching the same theme.
A lot of the times, yeah.
Yeah,
You got to remember, this is an anthology show, and it's missing bits.
a bunch of
So
bits.
in the weeks between that we don't have, they probably did different types of stories.
Well, also,
I mean,
a
for
lot
example,
of these shows.
the Get Off of My Cloud episode.
Well, a lot of these
That's-
shows back in the day were written by the format of fill in this, fill the blanks in this outline we have, and that's
The very
not
BBC thing
uncommon.
to do to adapt novels. That's what they used to do way back when.
you
Yeah, so
want to get
we're
started
getting
as
to
a
adapt
writer.
a
Actually,
novel now, very
I
poshly.
think it's Harper Romance novels.
should
You know,
watch,
those old
A
Harper
Boy and His
Romances.
Dog
They
then.
will send you the
One at a
outline
time.
and everything, and you can just fill in the blanks and write one of the romance novels for them. Like that's like the biggest, most. They're pimping it in such a big way. That's why there's a million of those little Harlequin or whatever they are romance novels. Those little things, because they send anyone who wants and asks, "Here's the outline. Here's what we want. This is what sells. Go for it!" And like give you a big attaboy pat on the back and stuff. And like
Any decent money in
TV
it?
series and things. Yes, actually. One of my professors from ECU actually stopped being a college English professor because she got that and went, "What? Seriously?" And they went, "Yeah." And so she started writing novels and then began adding more literary devices into them to upgrade the level of her readers,
I
basically.
will have none of that nonsense.
Their chance to, affect more people in the world, she figures, as an educator than by merely teaching college kids.
So what's another word for heaving?
There are so many. Robbing. But they all have,
Pulsating.
various pulsating,
Can we
but they all
not-
have to have connotations of moistness. Yeah.
Can we not, please?
So
Anyhow,
Saturday night's fine.
saying?
so
Sunday
when are we
nights,
gonna
no.
watch
You can-
like A
you
Boy
can-
and His Dog or something?
Oh
They're
yeah.
not.
Oh,
Aw. That's a good
It's
movie.
not-
denied.
Don
This is
Johnson.
Mhm.
this show
Don
is
Johnson was a
mostly
young
about
man.
British archive television. You should have realised that by now. You've been doing this for 123 shows, is it?
22.
122 shows, bar the one you missed.
Mm.
121.
Well, no, it's 122 because there's the interview one as well, which adds an extra one on top. So it, which means that technically
Well,
this is
actually,
1, 2,
technically
3.
it'd be more because we used to do the live shows,
Hmm.
the live watch-alongs. They weren't part of
Auntie,
this.
You make a fair point. Very much so. Yes, quite so. The precursor to Two Fan Dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Auntie, I apologize for saying anything bad about the show or the selection.
I don't mind. She's playing me again. She's fucking playing me again. Jesus. I thought I
Brandon's
was.
got
I
skills.
told you,
She has
That's why we
serious
love her.
skills.
she's a mastermind of evil.
Have you met
respect.
Dr. Sinister?
How refreshing.
It's Sinister.
He's not
He's-
paying attention. Oh, he is
Yeah,
paying attention.
he's ignoring me. And that's perfectly good evilness. The non-caring.
Players
He
don't.
doesn't,
Players versus
know,
players. I
let me
mean,
tell you,
it's all.
that's
That's all
overrated.
it is.
oh no, he doesn't need to acknowledge.
And probably
Yeah.
prepubescent Twinkie.
They're playing the same game. It's okay, and they respect each other. That's a
Lovely.
mutual player respect. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the good things about having Americans on the show
As
is they
opposed
can
to
just,
be.
they'll just
Remember.
keep talking.
Wow.
And I can just sit back for a while. It's I know it's an annoying sort of irritant in the ear, but Sinister and I do talk occasionally. So, it's oh, sorry, forgot. You're there. I was talking to the audience. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that wasn't really very
things
good,
happen.
Auntie.
Yeah.
You tried.
Hang on,
Bravo
hang on.
for
I'm sorry,
trying.
we're experiencing technical difficulties.
He's got a thing. He's obviously found an extra thing he can use. Interesting. I'm not going to go back and watch the show to find out what it is, just to disappoint him. He's wearing
She's
a
trying
series of
really,
things.
really hard, isn't she, Paco?
I know.
It's really
upsetting.
sad.
This is
Do
the
you think she
flashing
looks
blade.
a little
What else
tired?
do you expect?
Little do our readers know, and our viewers, but this is how the War of 1812 started.
No, the War of 1812 started when you committed heinous crimes against tea.
No.
No.
That was the Revolutionary War.
That's Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
what's
when
the
we
1812
decided
one?
that.
Hang on, 1812, wasn't that Russia?
There was other stuff going on at the same
There was other
time.
stuff going on there. Yeah.
No.
1812
Surely
over
not.
that, but
From the British perspective, the War of
Yeah.
1812 was just a skirmish. We
Uh-huh.
were concerned with other things.
Oh, fair enough.
When the
Yeah, we
Elven
marched-
Armada
marched back
extinguished
to
the
North
Orcish
East.
tribes,
well, there you go, right.
yeah, that was a big
Orc
thing.
tribes.
Into the Valley of Darkness rode the 500? Something like that. Ah, dear. Right.
Thinking illumination.
So, we've gone through what's happening next week. We've got Two Fan Dinosaurs on Friday, the RPG, which is slowly, the Star Wars RPG is slowly coming to an end. We've got something, well, Brian has something lined up afterwards, which sounds really good. To be
I
fair.
mean, I probably won't be able to make it next week.
We're never going to finish this, Brian. We're never going to finish
Well, I
it.
thought we were playing this week, so I had rescheduled my hair appointment for next week.
Oh, fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair. Right, okay.
Yeah. To be fair.
Dr. Sinister.
We'll see you in 3 weeks?
Hello. Yes, what are you doing this week?
Working.
Retta, what are you doing this week?
Well, Tomorrow, I'm going to drive into the office. I'm going to work 8 hours,
Yep.
and then I'm going to come home and
Yeah.
have some dinner. We may or may not be playing City of Heroes. It depends on when Auntie decides to get on, or if Paco is too tired because he has to get up early in the morning.
That's why I
Tuesday-
haven't been on in the week, you see, because Paco normally hasn't got the time, so I don't think anybody else has.
And then on Tuesday, I plan on working from home, doing the same
Nice.
thing. Wednesday, I'm going to go back into the office because it's check run day, so I have to cut checks for 2 weeks worth of stuff.
Right.
And then Thursday, I have is my meeting day, so I have a bunch of meetings that I'm going to do from
Are
home.
you important?
Well, they gave me a title of AP manager, so they seem to think I'm important.
Give me a second. I do apologize. I've just read chat. I have less than zero idea what has been going on. And that's how we intend it to stay. Lovely, Jamie. Get in touch, please. All right, and we'll meet up. Maybe play a bit of something. All right. Oh, dear. Sorry, Retta. Please carry on. Where did you get up to?
So I was talking about my meetings on Thursday that I'm going to have
Thursday. I can never get the hang of Thursdays.
to deal with the meeting, and then I also have a meeting with the stupid VP of procurement because they are having a conniption fit that I told him that my team cannot do the vendor master for Trinidad, but he seems to think we should be able to, but we can't see the vendor master of Trinidad in NetSuite where we're supposed to. So we're going to have an argument about that. And then Friday,
Can I just point
it's gonna
out
be a
that
wind
this
down
particular
day.
manager is not stupid. That's just Retta's point of view.
No, seriously, I can't do Trinidad. I don't have access to the vendor master. I don't have the right permission.
I assume, I've said this to you before, but I assume some of those words are attached to some kind of actual meaning.
Well, you wanted to know what I was doing next week, so I was
I
telling
was
you.
very impressed. That's the most detailed anyone's ever been. Very impressed by that.
And then
Friday?
Friday's just a calming, like hopefully cool down day a little bit, and maybe I can get some work done.
And Saturday you're having your hair done.
And then Saturday, I may or may not be having my hair done. It depends on whether or not I feel guilty enough now that I have to re-switch my hair appointment again.
No, don't re-switch your hair.
Oh. It's all
You
right,
do.
love.
You take care of you, boo.
But I don't want to miss anything because you guys don't care if I don't show up. You'll still game.
You're not.
If Auntie doesn't show up, then we all stop.
Adam didn't turn up.
Adam
We
did
haven't
turn
played.
up. Don't worry about it. 2 people out.
Yeah, sorry, it's not, if you're not there, we're not doing it.
Yeah. Relax.
It's that simple.
It's okay.
We're coming up to the end. We can't not have everyone, apart from Hex, who doesn't really exist.
That's
think
true.
it was-
He does not exist. He's a
He
figment
is a
of my
figment of Spanky's imagination.
Yes, but a very good cook.
Yeah.
In game, anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, in the meantime, I'll have to make in time to be able to watch all the stuff you need us to watch for the next show.
Oh, I better tell you what that is. It's the Doctor Who story Thin Ice. It's the next one after Smile, obviously. A Big Finish, hopefully. I'm not sure. They must have something coming out. I mean, they have had things come out, but I've looked at them and thought, no, we're going to have trouble actually getting into these. Then Firefly. What's the next episode of Firefly, boys and girls?
And I don't remember.
Something.
We're getting to the end of it.
I know we're heading that way.
Let's see. Firefly.
The next one is The Message. This is the hat.
Ah,
I don't think I'm going to be able to find a hat in time. I did have one. And Out of the Unknown is Tunnel Under the World. I think I've already told you that.
mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing next week. Right. Spanky, what are you doing this week coming up?
Let's see. I am going to be being responsible a little bit. It's that beginning of the month thing, so bill paying and all of that.
That's fair.
Just basically that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, reading, a lot of reading. Got a lot of reading planned. A lot of comic books to catch up on.
Monday, I am going to be dealing with the ramifications of me taking a day off on Friday.
Righty-ho. I look forward to hearing about this.
People are going to be hearing about it. Tuesday, I'm dealing with the fallout from Wednesday when I should have called off. Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know. I probably have meetings and trying to explain to people what my actual job is because they seem to think it's something else. And I'm not getting paid for something else, so it won't be something else.
Okay.
Friday is I Don't Care Day.
Good day.
Saturday may or may not be the RPG.
Dantoretta, and I'm hoping we don't have it because I don't want you. I will now feel bad if she cancels her hair appointment.
Exactly.
It's all
don't
good.
Cancel your hair appointment. Go to.
I'm gonna cancel my hair appointment.
Don't cancel the hair appointment.
Yeah.
You go to the salon. You be all bougie and stuff, and
That's right.
Go on, you've done
Break
it.
out the
You
bougie.
deserve it.
No,
You've had
I
a hell
want
of
to
a
play. I want to play.
You've had a hell of a
I'll
week.
see
That's
Heroes,
all we're
I mean-
saying.
Diablo, once I get it installed on the PC.
And then Sunday, we're right back here, doing the same thing.
Yep. Doing the same old thing all over again.
All for you, the viewer.
Yeah, I was going to say not actually for
You,
me.
the viewer,
You,
because
the
we
viewer.
only have the one, right?
We do. We only have one viewer. He's an extra special
I'm
person.
addressing them directly.
That's right. We appreciate you that much. We do it all for you. Well, there's then the YouTube crowd, which is like 4 more people. So yeah.
Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
There's a thing happening. There's a thing happening. It's happening and it's a
happening?
thing.
Is it over
I
my
missed
shoulder?
it.
What?
I thought E.T. moved or something. What'd you miss?
What? What?
What happened, darling?
What?
I missed the Glee watch party.
Oh no! What is a Glee watch party?
You remember the show Glee?
Never saw it.
That's okay if you
You're better
haven't.
off for it.
I'm a Gleek. I admit it.
A Gleek. There you go. That's a good name for it. That's up there with Brony. I'll allow it.
Are you okay, Auntie?
I think she was blowing her nose in her cat.
No, I was trying not to be rude.
Did you just use a cat as a kerchief?
No.
Okay,
no,
That's
I'm just
smart.
saying. It looked like it.
I just
like it.
basically I was laughing into this.
Okay.
And,
Uh-huh.
It's very disheartening, Auntie. I can't believe I missed a Gleek watch party.
Yeah.
You're
Auntie.
saying this as if it's supposed to give me some sort of emotional meaning, and it really doesn't.
Look at the
It's,
screen,
uh,
Auntie. Right down there, over my freaking this shoulder, whatever shoulder that is, the other left.
That's Ichi.
Yep, Ichiban. See?
So next week we have to watch Doctor Who,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Firefly.
Yep.
Out of the
That
Unknown.
is for the 12th, is it?
The
5th,
Boys.
right?
Oh well, no, this isn't for the
Boys.
show.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It is a nice time at the moment, isn't it? Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
Actually,
While
it's a
waiting
pleasant
for
time.
Stranger Things to come back.
Yeah, and of course Ms. Marvel, who will soon be turning up.
Yeah.
What was the episode of Out of This Universe?
Out of the unknown.
Out of the Unknown, whatever.
Out of
The
the
level-
Universe is a
It's-
Out of the
podcast
Unknown.
by
What was the name of the
Archive
episode?
81.
It's called something to do
And we
with
have a
tunnels.
It's Maisie.
A
Maisie.
Tunnel Under the World. It's called
Under the
Spanky,
World.
and I'll put a link to it shortly.
Cool.
Hi,
thank you.
Miss Maisie.
Yes,
Yeah, I
she's
love
a
Miss
very
Maisie.
friendly little cat. Look, she looks happy.
Yeah, she's my little Miss Maisie.
Yeah, Satan is upstairs with Jess. Ace is down here on the bed next to me.
Doctor Who is what? Season 12, episode 3?
Yes, season 12. I was going to say season 10, but no, you're quite right. Season 12. Is it?
I thought
Yeah.
it was series
I don't
10.
know.
Oh, I
Might
don't
be,
know
no.
anymore.
Actually, it's like 27, but
Mister.
who's counting or something, right? Like,
Mister, not saying much tonight.
He's not feeling well.
It's 10.
10.
Series
There you
10. There we go.
My
I
bad.
was right. Thank you, Sid. Right. Yes, I've got 2 cats just over there.
And 3.
Charlotte loves Chestnut a lot and will follow him around meowing at him. And if he gets up there, she'll jump up there meowing at him and he'll wash her, and then the purr starts and the house starts to shake. It's absolutely adorable. Malware Bites, will you go stick your head in a pig?
You know that doesn't come up anymore.
Not on the stream.
No.
No, it probably will do as of next Sunday. But we'll wait and see. I'm not going to count my chickens before they're laid. Oh, dear me. What am I doing
And
next
3
week?
episode is
What
the nice.
are you doing next week?
Not much.
More Fensgate?
Charging your car?
Well, I've
Getting
got to
tickets?
chase up the Fensgate thing. I've got to have a chat with somebody from a group called Pathfinders. That's on D-Day, June the 6th. 2 Fan Dinosaurs on Friday. I suspect because Sinister's not feeling too good, I won't be seeing him this week.
This week's Firefly is Heart of Gold, too.
No. The Message.
The Message? Oh, no, you're right. The Message, right.
Next week is Heart of Gold.
Is there a
Yeah.
Firefly episode where they end up having a gunfight in a whorehouse?
There is.
Yes. Heart of Gold, yeah. And then they do it again in the movie as well, right?
No.
Yeah, because they do it on the planet. They
They
what do you
do
call
it
it?
on the planet,
Companion
but they
planet?
don't hit. But that's not a whorehouse. That's
On the planet, the whole planet's a whorehouse, according to Mal. Anyway, sorry.
Right, good. Well, there we go. So, yeah, join us either next Friday at 9 p.m., next Saturday at 8 p.m., or next Sunday at 9 p.m.
Hopefully, we'll have a
UK
big
time.
finish, too.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. It should have something. Yeah, that's it. There isn't anything else. I'm going to be honest with you. I
No,
don't know where
this-
they're going.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not bad. Hour and 40.
Yeah.
Good brief for us.
Thin Ice in the Message.
Yeah. Well, say goodbye, everyone.
German 3. Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Right.
So long.
Farewell. I haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen, adieu.
Fine. Now I'll start.
Right.
All your fiddles are saying, yeah. You're in your own ear, okay?
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
In tests, 8 out of 10 owners who expressed a preference said their John Levine preferred it.